Hey everybody, it's Comic Crack, and welcome to the final video for the YouTube value stamp project. It's the 1st of May right now as I'm filming this, later at night here. It's a little late this week. I just didn't have a chance to do it earlier, so I just went this afternoon and printed up the last week's stamps and added them to the book before dinner tonight. But before I start with all that, just wanted to say a special congratulations to Mercy's Little Show for the addition of a new baby to their family, and I'm really sorry I didn't make a note and I've forgotten your gorgeous daughter's name already. But congratulations anyway. I saw on Twitter that she had posted a couple of messages today, so I'm assuming that means that she's back home and everything is 100% safe and everything is great and she's recovering. So again, congratulations to a new addition to the family. So the final week of stamps for our project, that was the month of April, and I can't believe how quick it flew by actually. We're still missing one stamp, and it's Wednesday Cereal, which is number 18 in your value stamp guide if you're following along at home. I'm going to email it tonight to just check in, but in the meantime I'll show you what we have. So we'll just go through the whole book together, shall we? So there you go, you can relive some memories of week 1 and week 2, and now week 2 featuring Tim Morant's Preacher stamp there, which is really great as well. And then week 3 and week 4. So there we go. Get that whole image in there. Johnny DaCosta, Big Shot Comics, Solid 4 ST Bend, and of course Little Old Me. I didn't have a chance to do a family-friendly stamp this week, so you are stuck with the image of me humping Special Sexy Lady Friend. And I will say, I've said it before, she is aware that the stamp exists, she's seen the stamp, she has given me the okay to use the stamp, so there you go. That is the stamps. DaCosta's video was pretty great this week too. I mean, everybody's video is always great. I don't want to make it sound like I'm just always singling somebody out. I liked, it was one of the things that I was excited about, not only because everybody has a different style naturally, everybody's going to want to draw a different character naturally. I was actually, one of the things I was most surprised about it this whole month was that there wasn't more crossover as far as characters. I thought for sure that would just happen. Another thing that I was also surprised at, I was pleasantly surprised at the kind of scope of the characters that people chose for their stamps. I mean, we had 2 Jokers, but by no means is that a big deal. I think they're both fantastic. I just was a bit surprised that there wasn't a lot of people wanting to do the same kind of characters. So I really love that it got as varied as it did. Did I show as I was going through the weeks? Of course, we can't forget. How could I possibly forget to show this? I filmed this video a couple of times now, and every time I stop filming it because I keep leaving out some information and it sounds all frazzled and hectic. I'm not filming this again though, so there you go. That mistake is staying in. So yeah, everybody's style is really different. So on DaCosta's, he takes you through the process of his stamp, which involved a lot of kind of collage, and then he was actually writing on the background himself, and then doing layers of images and a drawing of a mouth that then he cut out and stained with a tea bag as well, and then put over top of the image of him, and really clever, like really good. And there's been that level of kind of artistry from a lot of people, not a lot of people, everybody. I mean, the amount of people that said to me, I can't draw a straight line, or I can't draw a stick figure, and it's one of the things I knew I would hear, which is why I said right at the beginning, just because you can't draw isn't an excuse. If you don't want to participate, that's completely fine, but don't say that you're not going to participate because you can't draw, because I'm not going to buy that. I'm not I'm not buying that for a fucking second. Everybody can clearly draw, and everybody can clearly do amazing work. Big Shot's stamp I absolutely love as well. His video, I mean, I've been a fan of Big Shot for a long time, Big Shot Comics. And I really love his videos quite a bit with the use of music and just all these images and stuff. And then Shannon's Solid 4 ST Bend was actually the very first stamp that I got way back at the beginning of the month. So I've been sitting on his stamp for a long time. And it was one of those moments when I got his stamp. As soon as I saw his stamp, I knew right away, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. You know, because you have all these, or I had all these conversations with so many different people, and some people that didn't end up contributing. So many different people over this kind of space of a short time that it just got to this point where it's like, oh my God, now it's just, it almost seemed like I'm trying to organize too much. So as soon as I saw that first stamp, it really just I got to kind of sit back and go, holy shit, this is going to be awesome, you know, and it really is. I think it turned out incredibly, and it's one of these things that I'm going to take really good care of this book, no doubt, but I think it's going to be one of those things that years, many years down the line, looking through my collection, and coming across this stamp book again, it's just going to be a really nice reminder of this whole time on YouTube. I mean, throughout your life, maybe you're the same as me when it came to like message boards and things like that. There's certain hobbies that you get into, record collecting for me and music and that sort of stuff, where it brings you to these kind of forums on the internet. YouTube is a little bit different as far as that goes because of the fact of just these videos and how you contribute content-wise or idea-wise or reviewing or just chatting with people and that sort of thing. It's a little bit of a different beast than I'm used to with message boards and things. You wouldn't believe it, but I find it a little easier to get my thoughts across when I can just ramble to the camera. Sometimes that rambling becomes a little too rambly, but so I think this will just be a really nice reminder of the time in YouTube, and then just everybody that was associated with it, with their fantastic art. Like, it's really impressive stuff, and I thank you all very much for participating and taking the time out to just sit and do some art. I know that for me, when I sat and drew the booklet itself, and then started doing some drawings of what I wanted my stamp to be like, and sitting looking through Peter Bagg's artwork and just kind of reliving those comics again that I haven't really read for quite a number of years. It was just a really nice few moments of just sitting and doing something artistic. It's just nice to, I think it's important to just do that kind of stuff, you know. It's a good way to spend some time. So from what I've heard from people, everybody seemed to have a similar experience with just having a good time and taking the project how it was supposed to be taken. It was just supposed to be something to do and see your stamp and see everybody else's stamps and just do a bit of art and think about your comics and think about your favorite characters and freak out about how good or bad your drawing was going to be, you know. So there you go. So there will be a volume 2 in November. Obviously stick around to the channel and I'll do updates as we get closer. I'd like to get, what did we have, 22, 24 we had here. I'd say the minimum I'd like to have is 20. There would be 5 per week. But I think this worked out really good. I think 24 would be an even better number. Or hell, with the bonus stamp area that's available on these, we could even go 28 and still have room, have like 4 bonus stamps. Maybe we do something like that, where each week there's a surprise bonus stamp that'll be revealed if you watch people's videos, or if you just wait until the wrap up at the end of the week and to see the links. So what else do I have to say about that? Speaking of links, all the links will be below for you to go to the Imgur site and download your own version of the stamp book. create your own version of the stamp book, grab all the stamps, put it together for yourself and just see it in front of you if you haven't already. And if anybody does something extra special with their book, let me know. Or if you do your own book, show it off in a video. I'd love to see what people have done with their stamps if you've gotten to that stage. But there you go, that's it. Gonna cut this one short. So check out the links, print out your books, check out Castle Red Skull if you haven't. There's also a thread there that'll have all the links in it as well too. And if you're into the message board idea, please feel free to stop by and contribute. There's some really good threads going on now. One is specifically about zines that I'm finding really cool. I had a bit of chance last night, about 45 minutes or so, to kind of explore some of the links and actually look into some of the zines. I was never really a zine guy growing up. Obviously I knew about their existence and would see them from time to time, but I never really collected them myself. Some really great stuff out there that I'm thinking of giving a shot to, because it's all relatively cheap. $2 to $4, the ones that I was looking at for, you know, some, I almost want to say it's almost like YouTube in a written form, right? It's people that are fans of things that are writing these zines, or they're writing poetry, or they're writing prose, or they're writing short stories. There's some that are comic related, there's some where there's art in it, there's some where there's photographs in it, that sort of thing. I mean, I think YouTube is a natural extension from that kind of zine world. I think people creating their own content and putting it out there for people to see and shit all over or completely embrace. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and again, thank you very much for participating in our art project this month. I now return you to your regularly scheduled Comic Crack televised programming. Thanks very much, everybody, and we'll talk to you.